Let's set up. So we're going to disable this button until the image is actually uploaded, and that will also make sure that what I wanted to do is make sure, of course, that the file is uploaded. That's one thing. So I want to make sure that's actually attached to it, and the other one is I want to also make sure that we actually have an image attached to a product. So we can't click add item until this one is here, and you can do the same for these. If you want, you can type required in your HTML for this, and then all 4 things need to be done. So go back to your what's it called, this one here, our Vue project. Let's go to Vue and let's go to buttons to see if I can. There's a specific one I'm looking for, and what I wanted to be able to disable my button here, right? So let's see if it's here, disable. So this is a boolean, true or false. So if it's true, then I can click it. If it's false, then I can't click it. That's what I want. So if the data is not yet here, then I want the button to be set to false, so I can't click it. It's just grayed out. And once the data is actually here, I set this to true and I can click it. So that's what I want. So disable and then set this to false. So let's go to our code. Let's scroll up to where we have our button called add new item right here. So let's do this, and what was it called, disable, there we go. And we can set this to false as a starter, but then we have to fix. But I want to create a property so we can change that right now. And we call this btn disable, disable like this. And I'm just gonna copy this to make sure that I don't forget what I'm actually typing. And scroll down where we have our data set. So I'm just gonna push this in after the image, and I'm gonna set this to, as a starter, true, right? So I want the button to be disabled from get-go. So if I click here, you can sound now it's great. I can click it. Well, it's gone, it's done, it's destroyed. Ah, that sucked. So what I want now is I want to be able to click this button once we get this URL over here. So once this is returned to us after we clicked and uploaded it, then we want to turn back. And that's, I want to say, really easy, because it is, but maybe the logic behind it isn't. But just go to where you have your upload here. When you get, this is the specific moment we get our download URL back, right? Because it writes the console log. This might take a millisecond, it might take 2 seconds, depending on the size of your image. But we know very specifically, because we can see it here, it happens. We wait a second and then it goes. So just after your download URL has been saved, what we want to do is we want to do this and this and this, and then we want to set this to false. So we don't want it to be disabled anymore once the image is actually here. So let's do this, click save, go back here, and let's try to do image 3 stuff and more stuff, and let's upload just one of the others again. And bam! So once this one is returned to us, the button goes green, and now I can upload. And if I go to menu, I should have a lot of stuff I shouldn't need here, right? So we have a few extra things here we can add. And the next thing we want to do is, of course, add the image. But you might have seen an issue with this one, right? Since we're just uploading a image and then we granted a name, we go in here and we have the image ID, the image URL. But I uploaded 4 different products with the same image, which is basically fine if it looks the same. But right now what's happening is, if I'm overriding a product called product 1, product 2, and I'm not thinking that day, then it's just going to overwrite this. So it might not be the most smartest thing to do with file.name. If you upload it with the meta tags, right now that's empty, but we're not going to do that. Right now the metadata is empty. You can actually grab an ID of the image and then use this and attach this to your product instead. That would probably be a better idea, but that takes a little bit more. But for now this works, and that's great. Woo! So don't do duplicate bagels 1, 2, 3. Boo! Anyways. In the next video, we're going to present the image only on the menu here. So see you in the next video.